Your heart out, John Carney. Our next guests, their mother listens to this show almost every single day. Randy and Jason. Jason wears the glasses. The Sklar brothers. Good morning, Randy. Good morning, Jason.
What's happening, buddy?
Why am I already laughing?
Just keep it going, guys. That's all we need is laughter all the way throughout, except when we are throwing out the first pitch this Saturday at the Jose Oquendo bobblehead night. I don't want anybody laughing at what we're doing.
Let's talk about this. Are you guys going to do it together? Or are you going to do it one at a time? How is this going to work?
I'm going to be throwing at Jason's head. Yeah. Is that wrong? Is that weird? No, we'll go one at a time. We did it once before in Cleveland. At the Prague last year, or a year and a half ago. They asked us to do it, and they're fans of the people there who were in the Cleveland Indians organization were fans of ours, and so I threw first, and then Jay threw. But it was fun. I mean, actually, that one was like way before the game, so there weren't that many people there, but it was super fun.
Yeah, I don't want to say it was before the game, but it was the day before.
Yeah. Now, you guys should do a fake third go first. You should try and
put it. Jay did it in Cleveland, and then someone, and the video of us, if you go online, you can watch on YouTube.
Go on YouTube and you type in Sklar's throw out first pitch. You will see the video. It's about 30 seconds long. They took it from up in the box, up high up, and the guy in the box over, when I did that move to third, fake to third, go to first, he's like, come on, throw the ball. He was like mad. I'm like, you're at a Cleveland game in September. It's before the game. Where do you have to be?
Yeah.
See, I would have yelled balk. See, that's what I would have done.
Which now, that move is illegal now. So, I mean, but back at the time, you could still do it. Jay was just capturing a moment in time. I mean, we were trying to think, what could we do? I mean, Jay's got a 9-month-old baby.
Yes, I do. I was thinking about she's not coming with me, but that would be great if I put her in the Bjorn and just had her on my chest and threw with the baby on my chest.
Which would have been great until he falls off the mound right on top of his baby.
Yeah, until I fall forward.
I saw you guys, what's the show after Colbert? Is that called At Midnight?
The best show ever, man. I love that show so much. Our friend Chris Hardwick, who is amazing. It's kind of like, it's one of these things that comes together, and Hardwick's just great. I mean, he created basically an empire with this whole Nerdist thing. There's great stuff online that they've done, and we're actually in business with him to do a show, a celebrity bowling show that we're going to host on AMC that we're going to shoot this winter that's going to be premiering on June 16th. But he just, he actually had an idea for a show, and then there was another show in development at Comedy Central, and they merged the two. And basically it's what happened on the Internet today. And they get comedians, and it's like a fake game show where he just arbitrarily throws out points for answers that you give. And it's just like so many jokes per second. They show little memes and little videos and things that get passed around on the Internet and news, and you just write and say the funniest stuff you can come up with.
The best is every night they'll have something called Hashtag Wars, where it's anything. Like the other night, we weren't even on the show, but you can play online. The other night it was Make a Movie Canadian.
Yeah, I was just online and I was looking on Twitter and I saw a friend of ours use the hashtag Make a Movie Canadian, and I just started coming up with as many ideas as I could, like Jurassic Rink. Made it Canadian. All a boot Bob. Just made a movie Canadian right there.
So when you're on the show, do you guys know the clips beforehand, or are you just riffing as you see them live?
It's a mixture. Basically, you do know it beforehand, but you get the stuff like an hour before to kind of see what it is. But sometimes the best riffs come off what another person says, and then you start talking about it or in the moment. And
half the show you don't see until you're there.
Half of it you do not know what it is. So half of it you're just doing it off what's there, and then some of the other stuff you prepare ahead of time.
All right, so what's this bowling show all about?
Well, Jay, you can describe it.
Yeah, the bowling show is so much fun. I don't know if there's a show right now on NBC called Hollywood Game Night.
Right.
And this is kind of a little close to that, but this is, I think, just way more loose and a little crazier. Basically, it's sort of a backdoor talk show. You have like the cast of Mad Men bowling against, these 5 comedians, or that's what the pilot was. So you had like John Hamm and about 4 other hilarious people, Vincent Kartheiser, Jay Ferguson, other guys from Mad Men, bowling against Chris Hardwick and Nathan Fillion and Pete Holmes from the Pete Holmes Show. And basically, the bowling is just hilarious because anyone can bowl, and most people who you think are good are terrible. They're drinking beers. We're all hanging out. Randy and I are interviewing them. And it's just a really fun way to see these guys in a different way. Like normally on a talk show, Ham will come on and he'll talk about, $1 Million Arm or whatever movie or Mad Men or whatever it is for 5 minutes. But here, they're all on the show for the whole half hour. It's so much fun. Randy and I, like our old show on ESPN, Cheap Seats, after it's all done, we commentate over the bowling. And it's a really fun kind of weird throwbacky show because there hasn't been bowling on television for a while.
Right.
They're drinking, they're having fun, they're taking shots at each other. Randy and I are in the mix interviewing everybody.
So when does that show air?
That show will premiere on June 16th. We shot the pilot, which is good. Then we have to shoot 7 more. And we're going to shoot, like, the next 7 between, like, end of January and beginning of March.
All right, so look for that in June of 2015 if we're all still around.
No, it's all around. But if you want to see something now that we did recently, we did a 1-hour stand-up special that is on Netflix. You can go right to Netflix as soon as we're done. As soon as you go off the air today, your listeners can go to Netflix and watch.
I'll do it during the Carney show because that's always boring.
Oh, come on. We're going to probably do it this week, so don't give Carney too much grief. How's his golf game?
No, never mind.
He's like surprisingly good. He's like surprisingly nimble.
One time, I will say this, when Carney did his show downtown, I remember late night when he was on Late Night, we would do the show, and then we would go out to, I don't know if we're even allowed to say that we did this, but we would go out and hit golf balls underneath the arch.
Well, you can't do that now because they're working on the arch.
That's true.
Really? What
but also, like, there's a hole in San Francisco. San Francisco has some great public courses, and when we'd go up and perform at the comedy club up there, we'd bring our clubs up and we'd play, and you would just, I mean, it's really difficult. It's like a really difficult. Lincoln Park is this great course, and on the 16th hole, you are hitting, the ocean is like right there to the right. And, it's tradition that you take a ball, and then you just hit it out in the ocean, and then you go and play the hole. But, of course, the best drive of the day is the one you hit out in the ocean. You're like, why can't I do that on my regular thing in the fairway?
All right. Randy has the glasses. Jason does not have the glasses.
Nope. Other way around, McGraw.
Jason has the glasses.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Jason has the glasses. Randy doesn't have the glasses. They're from St. Louis. Say hi to your mom for me.
Hi, Mom. How are you? We'll
right.
talk to you in a little bit.
All right.
McGraw, do you think the Cardinals are going to win it all, or do you think are they going to win the division? Let's start with that.
They're going to win the division. I'm worried about Clayton Kershaw.
I mean, how did we beat him last year?
I don't know.
How did that happen? Like, we couldn't handle any of their other pitching, and we beat him twice.
You know what?
Yes.
Anything can happen in the playoffs. Like, Lance Lynn could suddenly throw a perfect game, and we can get some weird run off of Kershaw and win 1-0. You never know.
I think that if you guys throw strikes on the Akendo bobblehead night, Saturday night, we got a good chance of taking the whole thing.
All right, I'm going submarine style.
Hey, Rand, we tell
Quisenberry to Colby style.
If you want to come see us do a show, we're doing a comedy show afterwards on Saturday night, late night, at the Demo, which is a rock club on Manchester.
Demo STL. Pick up your tickets for that. It's actually, there are not many seats, and people are coming out, but that's at 11:30 after the game, after Ted Drew's. Come watch us do some. We'll be weighed down by the concretes in our stomach. Come and check us out at the Demo.
Okay.
STL.
The Demo on Manchester, did you say?
Yeah. Demo on Manchester. If you go to Demo STL, you can check it out and get tickets. There are only like 125 seats, and people are starting to buy the tickets already.
That sounds like a really good time Saturday night. Okay, Akendo bobblehead night. We'll boo you and yell balk when you go first, third on Saturday, and then we'll look for the bowling show on AMC come June. Randy and Jason Sklar, always a pleasure. Be safe, guys.
Thanks, McGraw.
And hopefully I'll see you Saturday night.
You got it.
8:32 here, Big 5.